some butterflies in both dugouts tonight for the Phillies and the Mets as two young pitchers make their major league debut to start things out. The Phils coming off a victory last night. The Mets obviously took game one. The Phillies took game number two. Gagnon starts for the New York Mets, and Enyel De Los Santos will get the nod for the Philadelphia Phillies. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy, along with John Kruk. Yeah, you just saw the two young pitchers who will get a chance to make a start tonight. The Phillies traded Freddie Galvis this past offseason, a fan favorite, not only because of what he was on the field, but also what he was off the field. And now we get a chance to see the benefits of that trade with Enyel.
Yeah, and that's what fans want to see when you make a trade, especially you trade away a popular player and a productive player like Freddie Galvis. What did we get for him? Well, we're going to find out tonight. And Enyel De Los Santos, big arm, power arm, big, great curveball, great changeup. You see there, he's been with the Mariners. He got traded for Freddie. We all see that thing. But 81 games in the minor leagues, 75 starts, ERA just over 3. Really good for the minor leagues. But we just got to see him in spring training a little bit. Good fastball, a lot of movement on his pitches. He's going to need that tonight against a Mets team. That, look, we know that they're not the strongest offensive team going right now with all the injuries they have. I think this is a good matchup for him just because of that fact. But he still has the stuff to compete, I think. Eventually, he will have the stuff to compete against any major league team because of the power arm, the slider right there, and the great changeup.
All right, so he's the number 11 prospect in the Phillies farm system. They say he's been commanding the strike zone. That's been a huge key for him, so we'll see if he can continue to do that tonight. On the flip side, Drew Gagnon, he's a guy who's been somewhat of a journeyman in the minor leagues. He commands the strike zone, John, with a changeup.
Yeah, changeup is going to be his pitch. I mean, you see it, the minor league career, 198 games in the minor league. That's a ton for a pitcher. 138 of those starts, ERA over 4.5. So it hasn't been a successful minor league career. But talking to Ron Darling, he said, look, he's going to throw changeup after changeup after changeup. And don't think he's on a pitch limit either, because he said he's got almost 800 innings in the minor league. So he said he might pitch to his arm falls off tonight if that's the way they feel like going with him. But, the Phillies have to be patient with him, make him get that changeup up in the zone. Don't chase it out of the zone. And if they do, hopefully it won't be a long outing for him.
Lifetime AAA ERA around 5, so he has given up runs over the last several years.
Hello.
Yeah, that's going to melt by the time we come back, because after this, we're going to go to the NBC Sports Philadelphia studios. Hopefully they'll get it, but we'll find out later. Phillies baseball has been brought to you by Xfinity, America's best internet provider, according to speedtest.net. By Toyota. The Toyota Camry, Highlander, and RAV4 have something for everybody. Toyota, let's go places. By Citizens Bank, official bank of the Phils. Visit citizensbank.com. By Coca-Cola, taste the feeling. And by Independence Blue Cross, live fearless. Learn more at IBX.com. Drew Gagnon to make his Major League debut for the Mets, and Enyel De Los Santos to make his Major League debut for the Phils. Here at Citi Field in Flushing, New York, the umpires are still hanging around home plate.
As they're apt to do, Tom.
I didn't even see the lineup cards come out, honestly.
Yeah, they did. Dusty brought it out today.
Oh, that's right. I did see
Watson.
Dusty pop back out of the dugout. Gagnon is waiting to throw his first warm-up tosses. That's because the ceremonial first pitch is still rolling around. That is not Jacob deGrom. He will start tomorrow.
I hope he throws like that tomorrow, too. So you say there's a chance.
Yeah. All right, let's take a look at the Phillies lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity, America's best internet provider, according to speedtest.net. Well, for the Phils, Odubel is back in the lineup at hitting third. And the rest of the lineup is pretty much the same. And it includes, once again, Maikel Franco, who in his last 16 games is hitting .404 with a couple home runs. And he is batting in number 8 spot. It's funny, Gabe Kapler said today, he goes, I haven't really talked to him about batting 8th. I'm just going to let it fly.
Yeah, and you know,
on.
But you know, Tom, you look at it, I mean, here's the AAA numbers. Of course, Las Vegas, great hitters ballpark, I was told, since I played there for 2 years. Numbers, you know, are what they are. But 88 to 94. Ron Darling said he's more 88 than 94, but he'll touch low 90s. Curve change, cutter, but he said it's going to be a lot of change-ups from this young man today.
Yeah, it seems to be the pitch that everybody's talked about with him.
But, you know, you go back and look at our numbers, you know, the numbers, you know, and I know batting average, right, you know, in this day and age is not like a big thing.
Right.
But there's a chance, and you hope not. You hope Odubel gets hot, but there's a chance that by the time we leave Miami for the All-Star break, Maikel Franco might be our leading hitter.
There is a very good chance. You're absolutely right. And he may not have as many plate appearances because of you know, the fact that he's had some time on the bench, but you are right. Well, here's Cesar to lead things off. Cesar hitting .266 with 8 home runs and 28 runs batted in. And the first pitch of the day is taken outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Gagnon was 2-4 with an ERA over 4 down in AAA this year. He also pitched in Binghamton, and those were his combined numbers. He had a 4.67 earned run average in Las Vegas. And in 4 years in the Pacific Coast League, he has an ERA of 5.86. There's that changeup that John talked about. One ball and 2 strikes to Cesar, who was 2 for 8 in the doubleheader yesterday. Outside, 2-2.
It's a nice story, though. A guy that's pitched that long in the minor leagues and that many innings, and finally gets a shot to see what he can do.
Swing and a miss. Got him with a changeup, and 1 out here in the first. He's 28 years old, out of Brentwood, California. Was originally drafted in the 3rd round by the Brewers.
Not going to throw that ball out. A really good changeup, though.
Well, they just did toss it out, Johnny.
Yeah, he's about as good a start as you can hope for.
Here's Reese. Reese has tossed aside the other side of his batting helmet. He has been given the go-ahead to just wear the flap on the left side of his cheek. And he hits it foul off to the right, 0-1. Hoskins, .252 with 14 home runs. He's 11th in the National League in RBIs with his 56. Eugenio Suarez is the leader from the Cincinnati Reds with 68. And that's a remarkable story because he missed a few weeks, but still is the leader.
I'm sure hitting behind Joey Votto, he's getting a lot of opportunities. And Scooter Gennett, too, probably hitting in front of him, too.
Down the left field line, that'll go foul. No balls and 2 strikes. Outside and high, 1-2, 94 on that fastball. If you wondered about pitch counts, I mean, both starters are stretched out. But the Mets have said that this young man is, they're just going to send him out there and just let him go.
That's what Ronnie Darling said. He said, this is a guy you don't have to worry about pitch count and innings limit.
Yeah, he was supposed to be in the Grand Canyon this week, visiting. Dave Island, the pitching coach.
Yeah, he's going to spend his all-star break at the Grand Canyon.
Ronnie's the one in the middle. Keith Hernandez to your left. Gary Cohen to the right. Little dribbler out in front of the plate. The changeup again. And it results in 2 outs to start this ball game. With 2 away, here is Odubel Herrera. So we got to the bottom of whether Odubel was announced into the game last night. Gabe Kapler said officially he was not announced into the game last night. He was available if the game had gone into extra innings. Gabe said that he did go out and ask the home plate umpire because he wasn't sure, but he knew that the home plate umpire had not turned around and pointed to the press box.
Yeah, and you know, Mickey Callaway almost did that in the first game. Came out, popped out real quick, and
Mickey Callaway said that that was part of it. They just they didn't want to face Odubel. It didn't matter whether he was in the game or not. They didn't want to face him in that spot. 1 ball and 1 strike. Now, whether you believe that or not, I mean, that's what he says.
open to interpretation, Tom.
It has been all day up here in New York. Not that it had any effect on the game.
Yeah, it did nothing, but
change up outside, 2-1. Odubel was 0 for 5 with 2 strikeouts in game 1 yesterday. 3-1. Gabe was asked today if Odubel's play in the first game was the reason why he didn't play in the second game. And he had told us before yesterday's game that Odubel, he was 99% sure was going to have the second game off. So it had nothing to do with his 0 for 5 in game 1. Pops it up. And over to the third base side. Reyes on the grass. And a 1-2-3 inning for Gagno. So his first inning is in the books. Now it's Enyel De Los Santos' turn to make his major league debut. Warming up out on the mound to make his major league debut. 6'3", listed at 195 pounds. Might be a little bigger than that. He is a big kid. Let's take a look at the Mets lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest internet provider according to speedtest.net. Nimmo is back in the leadoff spot. Then Jose Bautista as Drupal Cabrera bats third, and he'll play at second base. Look what he's done his last 14 games against the Phillies. And they will face De Los Santos, who was scheduled to start the All-Star game in AAA tomorrow, but I think he feels like this is a better assignment. Those are the numbers this year at AAA, a 1.89 earned run average.
Well, you see the fastball, Tom, gets up in the upper 90s. Three-pitch pitcher, says curve change. It looked like in the highlights, though, that was a really tight curveball. Wasn't a big looping like Aaron Nola's curveball. It's more of a tight, harder breaking ball.
Yeah, he doesn't throw the curve that often. He throws the slider more than the curve. They're trying to. They're actually at the point now where they're deciding whether he should just get rid of the curveball and just throw the slider. Fastball in there, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. There's Dave Lundquist, who is the Phillies AAA pitching coach. They're in the All-Star break, so he's here getting a chance to watch Enyel De Los Santos. He has helped him with his development, as he's done with so many of the Phillies' young pitchers. Upstairs, 2-1. He's done a really nice job with a lot of these young arms over the last couple of years. Nimmo, who is 12th in the National League in on-base percentage, was 1 for 7 last night in that doubleheader. And the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 2-2, 93.
See, he's a little bit of a short armor, too. I know as a hitter, when a guy like that and the ball comes out of that hand, 93 looks like 103.
Is that part of the deception, you think?
Yeah, it has to be. I mean, I just know the trouble I had when a guy was a short armor like that. Kenny Hill comes to mind, a guy that was a short arm, pitched for the Cardinals, Montreal.
Out is full, 3-2. And he fouls it away. That one's up to 95 miles an hour. He's the 3rd Phillies pitcher to make his major league debut this year, along with Sir Anthony Dominguez and Austin Davis. So Rick Kranitz, the last couple of years, has had to oversee, along with the rest of the staff, some young players. Now there's ball 4. So Nimmo draws a walk.
Well, last year he had 20. Seems like.
Our Lowe's whole team together, and we take a look at the most major league debuts the last couple of seasons, and the Phillies and the Mets are among the leaders. 22 players have made their major league debut in the last 2 years. That's good, and it could be detrimental too.
Well, it's good for progression. It's not so good because if you have that many, there's a pretty good chance you're not going to be a very good team. I think the only team there that had a chance for postseason play were the Twins, right?
A couple of their guys that made their debut are now back down in the minor leagues. Bautista was 1 for 6 with a run scored in yesterday's game. And a fastball, and it's 0-1. I don't think he agreed with that call from Phil Cuzzi. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Well, that is a curveball, 79 miles an hour. Cuzzi behind the plate, Bellino at first, Tom Hallion, the crew chief, at second. And Adam Hammery is the 3rd base umpire. And a strike 3 call. That's the first strikeout of De Los Santos's big league career. And it was a 95-mile-an-hour blazer.
Oh, they got to get that ball.
Yep, Jorge's got it.
Oh, no. Jorge threw it to the bat boy, and the bat boy threw it back over to their bat boy.
I think they're going to authenticate it.
Oh, is that where they do that
Yep.
at? Oh, I was worried about that. I want to miss out on that, baby. Oh.
John, I'm happy that you were looking out for the young man.
Yeah, you know, I wish I'd have kept some of the things that I've done in my career.
Can't go back and get him now.
No.
Nimmo leads off first. Cabrera takes a fastball, and it's 0-1. De Los Santos down in AAA, and again, there's a big difference between AAA and the big leagues. But he has 4 outings this year where he allowed no runs, and a couple of them were 7 innings of work. That is a changeup, and it's 0-2. And according to Joe Jordan, fastball, changeup, those are the 2 key pitches for him. And now the 0-2 pitch coming. Pulled toward first, flagged down by Santana. He gets 1, and the tag at second is number 2. Well, that was a nice double play and a good throw. And De Los Santos' major league debut, inning number 1, is in the books. We'll go to the second. Is a double play, and our Hyundai defensive play of the game just took place in the bottom half of the first inning.
Yeah, it did. Cabrera's been a thorn in the Phillies' side for a while. Hard hit ball to Carlos. Beautiful play. And he with the speed of Nimmo. Such an easy turn. Just a step, a throw. He clears the runner. Nimmo gives him a little pass. Scotty Kid catches and waits. And that's our Hyundai defensive player of the game. Brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers. And just so happened to be the 3rd hitter of the young career of De Los Santos.
How hard is that play for first base?
It's really not. You know, as long as you clear the runner. But it looked like Nimmo gave him like a lane to throw too. So it wasn't
up the first base line, and 1 pitch, 1 away here in the second. And Nick Williams is coming up. Got some pieces of the bat.
A little shrapnel. Get that. We'll clean that up.
Ball and 1 strike to Williams. 3 for 8 yesterday with an RBI. Two balls and 1 strike. Last night the Phillies had 10 hits and 7 walks in game number 1. They lost that one. 2 hits, 4 walks in game number 2. And won that one. Aaron, he did everything yesterday. 3-run double down the right field line. 7 spectacular innings.
Oh. You know, Tom, we're at the point right now where we should feel lucky.
I would agree with that.
We get, you know, he's a special pitcher. He's, you know, a guy that comes around not very often in a career for an organization. Yeah, I'm sure that the Mets fans feel that way with DeGrom and Syndergaard. And
that one glances off the glove of Gagnon, and Williams too quick, and he'll get a base hit out of that. Let's check in with Greg Murphy. Murph.
All right, thank you very much, Tom. Well, when you think about 2 starting pitchers making their major league debuts in the same game, you might think to yourself, well, that doesn't happen very often. And if you are thinking that, well, you would be right. The last time it happened in Major League Baseball, it was back in 2014, a game between the Detroit Tigers and the Chicago White Sox. There you see the numbers for those 2 guys. And, you know, then you think, all right, well, how often does it happen then? That was only 4 years ago. Well, when you want to put it in perspective about what's happening tonight, before there was Gagnon and De Los Santos, if you put this in perspective, how about you think about a no-hitter? How many times does that happen? Well, 0.13% of the time a Major League Baseball game ends in a no-hitter. Someone hits for the cycle, 0.14%. How about starting pitchers making their Major League debuts? 0.01% of baseball games played since 1900 had this scenario. So I would say what we're watching today is extremely rare in the game.
Yeah, and ironically, Murph, that year 2014, there were 2 of them.
That's right.
The Mets and the Yankees had 2 guys make their major league debut.
Man, you'd think in September, with the September call-ups,
that's what I thought.
There would be.
Yeah.
Tell you what, that Murph, you can't slip anything by Murph. The research and the data he brings up
all morning long, Tom, or John and Tom.
Doesn't know us, but you know he's done a hell of a job.
That worked for Sarge for years.
Voices in my head. You too, up there.
No balls and 2 strikes to Scott Kingery. Kingery 1 for 8 yesterday. It is remarkable, though, that it hasn't happened more often. I'm with you, though, John. I thought September definitely. Ground ball softly to shortstop. They go to second for 1. That's all they'll get. Able to get Williams 6-4 on the putout. You saw the motor of Rosario sort of pick up steam when he realized he had to play at second base. And here comes Alfaro. Alfaro 0 for 3 yesterday. And he takes at the knees 0-1. Jorge was okay today. It wasn't moving around slowly after getting those 2 foul balls.
What that conversation could be about. Looked like a good pitch. Chatty today.
He was chatty today when I saw him out on the streets outside the hotel. Had a big smile on his face. Short lead for Kingery. And he's hit by that pitch. So that'll put runners on first and second. Well, it was a slider, so it only came in at 80 miles an hour. I'm not saying that makes it any easier.
It was a changeup.
It looks like a changeup.
It was. You can tell his fingers out just kept running in on Alfaro. One of those massive biceps. That ain't going to bother him.
There's Dave Island, the Mets pitching coach. Dave Island did a nice job with the Kansas City Royals.
Won a world championship with him.
There's the breaking ball, and it's 0-1.
Big arms in that bullpen too, didn't they?
Sure did. And they used them over and over and over again. Michael had 2 hits yesterday, including a home run. He hit the 100th home run of the season for the Phils. Change up and in, 1-1.
You'd think his last 2 changeups, you'd think this would be a good thing for the Phillies. His last 2 changeups have been up. Now one hit Alfaro, and that one was up and in a little bit to Franco. But you know, if he's not getting that pitch down, he can eliminate it.
In the air to left field, going back on it is Ty Kelly. Forget about that one. It is gone. A 3-run home run from Michael Franco. He got a pitch that was up, and he did not miss it. That's a dozen home runs for Franco and 44 runs batted in.
Oh, he mentioned the changeup that Gagnon, and you see it again. It's location. He's trying not to get that ball in because he hit Alfaro. He almost hit Franco. And man, you throw a high changeup, that most of the time that's where it's going to end up. It ain't coming back.
How about De Los Santos bunts? That is a fair ball, and he is out. They tag him out.
Conserving his energy, Tom.
Must have had a vision that he could beat that out. He figured, let me get back out of the mound. I just got a 3-run lead for Michael Franco. A changeup that was up in the zone, and he deposits it into the seats in left field. Phillies lead at 3-0 as we go to the bottom of the second. Padres, it'll be photo night at the ballpark. Gates open at 5:05 for early field access. Opportunity for fans to take photos with their favorite players, coaches, broadcasters, and of course the Fanatic. Visit Phillies.com to get your tickets right now. Michael Franco was worthy of a photo with his 3-run home run. And Enyel De Los Santos, who made the last out after the home run, just now finishing up his warm-up tosses. And he will face Wilmer Flores to lead it off. It'll be Flores for the Mets, and then Mesoraco and Reyes. Time now for our Geico quote of the day. It's from Wilmer Flores on his penchant for game-winning home runs. I can't tell you why. I don't know. All I know is that I got in a good hitter's count, and I got the pitch I was looking for. I was being aggressive so I can hit one out of the ballpark. I'll tell you, though, this time I was thinking about a walk-off because I know that everybody else was.
Interesting. So you think everyone else here is thinking that I hope he hits a home run?
Well, they do like him.
Oh, I don't. Absolutely.
He has 4 walk-off home runs.
Yeah, and it all goes back to the.
Oh yeah,
he was traded. He wasn't
to the
traded.
Brewers for Carlos Gomez. The tearful reaction by Flores. 2 balls, no strikes, and a fastball 2-1. All right, so 3-0 lead. I mean, does De Los Santos just start firing fastballs, or he just pitches?
Pitches. Got to keep pitching.
Off the hands.
Now you have margin for error. If you get behind the count, you can throw a fastball with no one on base and say, here, if you hit it out, you hit it out. If I don't want to walk you.
Oh, it's a liner foul. Well, his walk-off hit was our giant home run replay. Off the pole.
Good swing. Just, I like him. I think he'd be a guy that you would love to have on your team. But he wants to play every day. But
and he can play every position.
And he can play any position. But I think he's one of those whatever's best for the team type of guys, and that's unusual in this day and age.
That pitch just missed off the inside part of the plate. Second walk for De Los Santos. And here's Devin Mesoraco.
They got away with it once in the first inning, walking the leadoff hitter, start the inning, and
boy, that's a strike. I mean, it's on the line, but
if one is, it both should be, right?
I would agree. Saw him kind of shake his head a little bit.
The thing you don't want to get in De Los Santos' head right now, I got a lead, I can get my first big league win.
Yeah.
And he's pitching like, a rush to get to the 5th inning.
Yeah, so adrenaline-wise, I mean, he's peaking.
Yes. And that's the thing. You hope that, he's not using too much adrenaline, that by the start the 5th inning, he's gassed.
2 balls and no strikes. Popped up.
Stay in.
Santana over near the dugout. And just can't reach it. Out to right center field. Nick Williams is there. And he'll make the catch for out number 1. And that'll bring Reyes up for the first time tonight. Look at these great hat models. Go to Phillies.com/authentic-fan to grab one of these awesome hats. Plus great seats for the game versus Chase Utley and the Dodgers 2 weeks from now. This special deal is reserved for authentic fans only. So get yours today. Hat model, John.
Well, I don't think Ben's a big fan of the hat with that hair he's got.
We got to pry it off his head. That one's floated out to left center field. Odubel is there. Good closing speed. And there are 2 outs.
I think next year we have to get the. Well, here's first of all, here's this play by Odubel. Reyes first pitch swinging, and that ball's cutting away from Odubel. We talk about it a lot how the jumps he gets, the routes he runs are. You know, look, mistakes will be made by every player, but I mean, his routes are pretty good.
Yeah, they are. He has some of the more efficient routes. I mean, when you look at defensive metrics in baseball, as Ty Kelly takes inside. I mean, according to StatCast, he went 70 feet to get that out.
70 feet.
Kelly, 272 down in the minor leagues. Last year, he played 69 games for the Phils. Hit 193.
Have you spoken to him?
I have not.
I wonder if he's writing any more screenplays or anything.
I was thinking about that. I'm sure he is.
Vegas is a tough place to do anything.
Change up, and it's 2-1.
First-hand experience will tell you that, Tom.
You didn't write any screenplays when you were in Vegas?
No, I didn't have time to even write my name, really. You lose track of time when you're in a casino.
It's the air that they circulate.
Well, it's the air, and you know, you think you're going in there after a game just to, you know, spend an hour or two and
sort of pull yourself down a little.
And the next thing you know, you're walking outside. It's sunny out. You lost your car. You don't know where nothing is. I mean, it was ugly.
I don't know what you did. Swing and a miss. A fastball, second strikeout for De Los Santos. No runs, no hits, and one man left. So he's got 2 strikeouts. This one, I mean, this was 95. Here, Ty Kelly, just try to hit it. We'll go to the third. .com. Go to the fans section for all the information, and please submit your answer on the subject line. All right, John, here we go. Who was the last Mets pitcher to throw a shutout in back-to-back starts? The last Mets pitcher.
I should have brushed up on my Mets history before I showed up for this one.
Yeah, you should have.
Good thing is you got another game for you to screw it all up again. Tom, you know what?
You don't know, do you?
I can guess.
Cesar lines the first pitch out to center, and Nimmo is right there.
So many good pitchers. I mean,
well, there are so many good pitchers that you can choose from. I don't want to give you. I have a hint that I think will give you the answer, so I don't want to give that to you just yet.
Oh, let me stew on this and be miserable for another couple innings with pizza sitting back there that I just can't get my hands on.
All right, so he's done something as a Met that no other Mets pitcher's done. Does that help you at all?
Oh yeah, I might have it now.
One ball,
matter of fact, I see him.
Hoskins.
I might see him often down in Florida.
Oh really?
His daughter plays. My daughter played against his daughter in softball and basketball.
Yeah. You probably did see him. All right, we'll let everybody else stew on it a little bit. Two-0 pitch to Hoskins, and he fouls it away. It's 2-1.
Hey, my gosh, Seaver, Kuzman,
Gooden,
Nolan, Gooden, Darling, Cone.
That one's fouled again.
Syndergaard and DeGrom. I mean, oh my gosh, the list just keeps going.
There's Syndergaard, who had a rehab start the other day and threw 7+ innings. So he's going to be activated for the National Series, which is the next team coming up. Nationals are in a delay right now with Pittsburgh.
That helps too.
The Braves, meanwhile, are hosting the Toronto Blue Jays. That game is just underway. And Hoskins stays alive and taps it foul.
Who's pitching? Braves, Blue Jays.
Blue Jays is Stroman. I know that.
All right.
Because he is. They're hoping that he can bounce back, and I don't think they're going to trade him. And Tehran. Last time I looked, Tehran was supposed to start today. It is Julio Tehran.
Yep.
Back toward the middle. That'll be a bouncing ball into center field. And Reese is a 1-out single. Come join us at Citizens Bank Park for Alumni Weekend, brought to you by Toyota. We'll celebrate the 2008 World Series champions and the anniversary of that great feat by the Phillies. Friday the 3rd, we'll welcome Shane Victorino to town. It'll be the Shane Victorino retirement and the Big Head collectible given out to all fans. Saturday is the Toyota Phillies Wall of Fame night honoring Roy Halladay and Pat Gillick. And then Sunday is the Bradledge Bobble figurine that'll be given out. And we'll celebrate the 10th anniversary of the 08 championship. Going to be a great weekend. Odubel stands in. He popped out his first time up. And he lines that one to left field. And Ty Kelly won't be able to make the play. So back-to-back singles now for the Phils. And here's Carlos Santana.
Like to see that. I love to see Odubel going the other way. His foot's still on that back line, but I think he's gotten pull happy. Now he tries to pull that. It's a double play, but he's getting pull. I thought he was getting pull happy because he's hitting home runs, and you know it's fun. I mean, let's not lie, but
absolutely,
man, if he can get back to hitting the home runs to hitting balls to all fields and picking and choosing his spots to look in and try to open up and hit one out, but that's a great swing right there.
Change up, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Change up again. 2-1. Hoskins at second base, Odubel at first. It is amazing, Santana. 72 walks. It's the most since Ryan Howard had 75 in 2011. Prior to that, Worth had 82 in 2010. We're kind of joking with Gabe today just about the walk total even last year and where the Phillies were. And he had not gone back and looked at the stats from last year. There's ball 4, so he walks to load the bases. But he thought it was remarkable to see, how little the Phillies walked last year. And you've got Santana, who has 73 walks. You've got Cesar, who has 58 walks, and you have Hoskins, who is walking at a rate that could take him close to 100 for the year. I think last year, we had the numbers up before. Scott Ferensky and I were looking at just how many times the Phillies walked last year, and it was an inordinately low number. I mean, I know it wasn't a great year offensively, but the leader was Cesar, who walked 61 times last year.
This whole change in the organization is, we're going to work counts. We're going to make pitchers go. We're going to try to get deep into counts, and if we take our walks, we take our walks. Last year, it's really. I mean, did anyone have a great offensive year that you look at and say, wow, they had a really, really good year?
Cesar, but he only had 34 RBIs.
That's it.
Nick takes a fastball low.
Joke, it's not a joke to me. You want a joke and wave? Give me wave.
Oh boy, Phil Cuzzy is not happy about something. I don't know who was saying stuff to him from the dugout. Somebody was waving. At least that's the way it sounded. I'm not sure what they were waving at. Jason Vargas is to the right.
Zach
Wheeler to the left.
Is that Conforto in the middle?
It was Michael Conforto in the middle. And a line drive base hit it to left center field. Hoskins will score. Here comes Odubel. Santana goes to third. It's a 2-run single for Nick Williams, and it's 5-0 Phillies. That's a nice piece of hitting there.
Great piece of hitting, good base running by Carlos to get to third base. Now a fly ball scores another run, but yeah, I love the approach. Both left-handed hitters because of the changeup. The last thing you want to do is get a pull swing working. And look, I know Odubel didn't hit it. He hit a fastball. I think that was a fastball there by Nick, but it seems like they're making a conscious effort to try to hit the ball the other way, and that's a great approach to have against, like I said, a guy that's going to throw a lot of changeups.
Well, now bullpen action for the Mets. Tyler Bachelor is warming up in the pen as that one goes outside. 1-0 to Kingery. Builder's choices last time. Fouled off to the right.
It's interesting to see how, with only 1 out, 5-0 game. It's only the third inning, but still, I mean, Reyes is playing really deep. And the way Scotty runs, unless he hits a bullet, it's going to be a tough turn.
51 pitches for Gagnon. Williams did not have a big lead over at first, but they toss over.
You got to put in play here. Have to put the ball in play. Last thing you want to do is hit into a double play to end the inning, but the second to the worst thing you can do is strike out where no one has a chance to advance.
Really doesn't have a big lead at all.
No.
I think they're just giving the bullpen a chance to get warmed up. Two balls, two strikes. Off the glove of Mesoraco. That'll send Williams up to second base. That was pretty close. Again, I think it was a changeup.
Yeah, the noise it made, it sounded like it hit that face mask of Scott, because that's the first thing he reached for.
I think he turned his head. I think maybe it started to flop a little bit.
Well, we've seen that issue before with some of these players that wear that. Yeah, that was close.
Take a listen.
It sounded like, it sounded just weird. I guess it hit the top of that webbing of Mesoraco's glove.
Yeah, it didn't sound like leather. It sounded like plastic almost.
Yeah, and then I saw Scott reach for the face mask. I thought, maybe it hit him.
Popped him up. Shallow right field. Long run for everybody involved. And it is caught by Wilmer Flores. Coming home is Santana, and he is out at home plate. That was a really good play by Flores. "3-2 on the double play. Phillies do get two, though, on the two-run single by Williams. We'll be back with the bottom of the third. Scratch off from the Pennsylvania Lottery, $3 million Pennsylvania Club. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly and buy your local Chevrolet dealers. Hello, John Kruk and Greg Murphy. I'm Tom McCarthy. It's 5-0 Phillies on top. And Eniel De Los Santos will begin the third against Ahmed Rosario. And then the pitcher's spot. And we'll see how the Mets decide to play it. As De Los Santos working with 2 strikeouts and 2 walks so far. Will face Ahmed Rosario, who was 1 for 17 here in the month of July.
That's not too good.
No.
Is that 1 yesterday?
Yeah, it must have been. He was 1 for 6 in the doubleheader with the double.
We're still in July, right?
We are still in July. We're just getting this month kicked off, John. We're only 10 days in. That ball's hit well out to left field. Hoskins out toward the wall, and he can't get. Oh man! Reese will get that throw in, and Rosario slides into third with a triple. He's okay. Looks like he's fine. Scott Sheridan gave Kapler immediately go out. They're always worried about that jaw, obviously. Look at Reese.
He's looking at him like, come on. Yeah, I think if they saw something fly, it might have been his gum.
It was his gum. I thought at first it might have been his chiclet. Teeth. Yeah. He said he's okay. That's a good sign.
Poor Scott Sheridan has to run alongside Gabe.
Scott keeps himself
I know, but
shape.
it's not like the other one. They look like me and Murph this morning going for a run. Oh, here he is, all out. Great effort by Reese. You know, playing Rosario the other way. There's a bunch of stuff fell out.
I think that was stuff that was stuck in the wall. It looked nasty.
Hey, if that was old Shea Stadium with the wooden fence, that would have caused some serious damage.
Gagnon hit .091 down in the minor leagues, and he takes a fastball and it's 0-1. .129 career average down in the minor leagues. And he hits that one out to center field. Odubel is under it. Tagging at third is Rosario. He's coming home. The throw to the plate by Odubel is off the mound. It'll be a sac fly and an RBI. And it's a 5-1 ball game.
Well, like good RBI guys do, Tom, you know, you keep it in the center of the field with a runner on third, less than 2 outs. It's exactly what Gagnon did right there, driving a run.
Ball actually traveled farther than I thought when it left the bat.
And Odubel, you know, did everything he could. Strong throw. Rosario too fast.
Here's Nimmo, who walked his first time. Pitch is in there, 0-1, a breaking ball. Two good pitches.
Heck?
Well, I think Jorge was trying to frame it, and it clipped off his glove and then the helmet.
Tough release back there today. Look at this. I mean, it's a.
I think he was trying to frame it.
I'm sure the metrics will play out that that's probably not the best way to go about it.
Gary DiSarcina, the bench coach.
What he was.
I think he thought they may have said it was a foul ball. That was a foul tip, and it's strikeout number 3 for De Los Santos. Yeah, there are 2 outs. And Jose Bautista's coming up. Pitches so far with 2 outs here in the third. That's pretty good. Off the end of the bat, a broken bat, and it's 1-2. Well, just as we said about Drew Anderson, you like his pace. I mean, he's got a good pace about him.
Yeah, it's, you know, you hope at some point that Major League Baseball adopts this pitch clock rule and gets these guys rolling, but enforces it. They, you know, pretty soon, the way things are going, they're going to be like clocks everywhere. Clock on the hitter, clock on the pitcher, you know, clock on the base runner. If they slide back in, they have to call time and get dirt out of their pants, you know.
Well, in the minor leagues, the clocks are on the front of the dugouts where the entrances are in the dugouts, so the pitchers can see it. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Bautista with Cabrera on deck. That one's off the end of the bat, shallow left field, and Hoskins makes the call on the catch. So a run does score and a sac fly by the opposing pitcher. The first hit allowed of the night for De Los Santos. We'll go to the 4th. It's 5-1 Phillies. Military by sharing a photo or video with hashtag hats off for heroes. For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans. De Los Santos, through the help of Diego Atedgi, the Phillies interpreter, talking to Rick Kranitz. We saw it going off that Phil Cuzzi was explaining something to him. I don't know what it was. It didn't look like. Well, you know what it might have been? With a runner at third base, he has to declare whether he's going to go from the stretch or the windup. Maybe that's what it was.
Oh, yeah. Because of the modified stretch windup things that guys like Arrieta and them use.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. Alfaro hit by a pitch his first time up. That was in the 2nd. Came around to score on a 3-run home run by Franco. And he's hit again. That time he tried to get out of the way of it. So he is aboard to start the 4th inning. Well, Thompson came over to remind De Los Santos that he was on deck.
Yeah, I guess the good thing about getting a hit, it's both times he got hit been with changeups, but
De Los Santos might have a chance to bunt again, this time with nobody on, depending on what Michael does in this at bat. Homered his last time. Pops it up. And Wilmer Flores makes the catch, and 1 out. What do you think, Johnny? Button again?
well, I mean, he's proved he can get it down. have to inform him that next time he gets it down, he needs to run. But baby steps, Tom.
Yeah, he bunts it foul. By the way, Alfaro is the first Philly this year to get hit by 2 pitches in 1 game.
It ain't over yet.
Nick Williams last year in September was hit twice. Alfaro was also hit twice last September. Outside, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. And there's a bunt toward the right side of the mound. Nice bunt. Sacrifice is successful. It moves Jorge up to second base. And 1-4 on the putout. And here's Cesar to try to drive in another run. He is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a lineout.
Hit the ball hard his last at bat. Line drive to center field. Well, you can get one out a little more in front, hit one in that gap. I'd love to see him see how that foot is first, but to see him run.
Yeah, he still had some treatment today, but he was walking with really no limp at all today. Fly ball to center field. Nimmo. He glides over and makes the catch. And the inning is over. No runs, no hits. 1 man left at second base for the Phillies. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Phillies holding on to a 5-1 lead. Check out every new Ford car, truck, and SUV crossover at buyfordnow.com today. And by WB Mason. Who but WB Mason for fast, free delivery? Nobody does it better. Bottom of the 4th inning. Phillies lead at 5-1. 5 runs on 5 hits for the Phils. Phillies fans are out here in number again tonight watching the Major League debut of Enyel De Los Santos, who's allowed 1 hit and 1 run so far. He will now face Asdrubal Cabrera, who went into a double play his last time up. One ball, no strikes to Cabrera. Change up outside, 2-0. balls, 1 strike. That goes past Ruben Amaro in the first base coach's box.
You seen Ruben?
I went down to say hi to him today, and I did not locate him. 2-2. He was in town to celebrate the '93 reunion. 2-2 pitch. Oh, 3-2. Got him. 95 up. 4 strikeouts for De Los Santos. And now Wilmer Flores is coming up.
You see the 4 seams. Gets a little bit on the side of it, just a little bit of a movement on it, but 95 up gets you to a lefty, difficult pitch.
Well, we saw him in spring training for the 1 outing in Clearwater. And we were impressed more with his velocity than anything else. That one's fouled back.
I wonder how this guy doesn't they just throw him in a lineup every day and let him go.
Just let him go. I mean, I know sometimes they talk about utility guys wearing down, but their lineup doesn't have a lot of weapons. Popped up. Jorge didn't see it right away. It's going to be back into the seats. So 3-2. MLB.TV is now available at a lower price. For $82.99, watch every out-of-market regular season game live or on demand. Your subscription includes MLB At Bat Premium, allowing you to watch live baseball on your favorite supported devices. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV to take advantage. Over to third base. Franco diving play quickly to his feet. Over to first in time. 2 outs. Well, that was a nice glove side play by Maikel Franco on a ball that was hit sharply.
Yeah, really. Flores hit that ball right on the screws. But Maikel, it's amazing. He's getting playing time with Crawford hurt. He's hitting the bat. He's hitting the ball well. And sometimes that equates to a little more spring in your step, and an unbelievable play right there.
Gabe said today that he has noticed an uptick on a couple of fronts with Maikel Franco. He said one thing. He said he's noticed more patience at the plate. I mean, obviously you can look at the home runs he's hitting from in the number 8 spot. That's good. But he also said that there's been an uptick. As Mesoraco fouls this one, there's been an uptick and more of an engagement on the base paths and also defensively. He's getting good jumps defensively on balls in front of him, balls to his left like that.
Like I said, you get playing time and you start hitting, you become a whole heck of a lot better player all around.
Ball and 2 strikes to Devin Mesoraco. Over to third. Picked on 1 hop on the glove side by Franco. In time.
Clinic.
2 outstanding defensive plays by Maikel. And it's a 1-2-3 4th inning. Well, there's been an uptick. That's according to his manager. Defensively, his hands have been sharp over third the last several days. We'll head to the 5th. Phillies up 5-1. No further than Quartet. Their huge selection of porcelain and glass whiteboards will not stain, ghost, or dent. Order today from WBMason.com and have it delivered to your softball field the very next day and installed. Who but WB Mason? That's what Johnny's going to do.
What am I going to do?
You're going to order a whiteboard and have it installed.
I am.
For your softball team.
How big are they?
I think you can get them any size you want. You can get them the size of a television.
I don't need that big.
I know a basketball coach, Shaka Smart. Remember Shaka Smart from VCU,
Texas.
now at Texas? His whole wall was a whiteboard in his office. He would just write ideas down.
Maybe that's what I should do, because I forget.
You have put it on the whole back of your dugout.
Or just when they come in and say, "What's your name?" You can erase them, right?
You can.
The dry erase thing.
You may have to eventually transfer them to a piece of paper.
Yeah, no, that ain't happening.
2 balls and 1 strike. You got some assistant coaches. They can transfer.
Bunch of them.
Fouled off, and it's 2-2 to Reese. They were not lying when they said they were just going to keep running this kid out there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure next inning, if 4th hitter coming up in the bottom of the 5th inning, sure that'll be if they get to that spot, I'm sure they probably have to pinch hit for him then, wouldn't they?
I would think so. His spot's due up 4th.
So I went to the University of Alabama and went in the football locker room, and they have a thing saying that I wanted to write on our dugout for our kids. And it's out of yourself and into your team, which is a great saying.
There's a changeup for strike 3.
And I do what Murph tells me to do all the time, and that's take a picture.
Great idea.
You know, receipts and whatever. Take a picture. That way you have it on your phone. And I took a picture.
Yep.
And then my phone got destroyed.
Oh boy. But you could put it on the cloud, so it's out there. It's there forever. Yeah, it's like this. It's universal hard drive. It just goes. It's called the cloud.
Oh dear God. You can do that?
Yes.
Yeah. Something else I need to figure out. Oh man.
O'Double's 1 for 2. Speaking of Murph, you want to talk to Dave Lundquist about quotes on whiteboards or anything like that?
I don't think we're going to talk about whiteboards. I think we're going to talk about pitching with Dave over here. Welcome, Dave, and thanks for being with us. We're watching Enyel De Los Santos, and we're watching Odubel Herrera hit one deep into right center field, and that one is gone. So that'll add to the lead. 6-1 now, Phillies. And, man, you must be good luck, Dave. How about that? Hitting and pitching. You get a chance to watch Enyel De Los Santos make his major league debut. You're down in AAA with him, down the Lehigh Valley with him. What kind of guy is he all about?
He's all business. He's a pretty laid-back guy. He has fun in the clubhouse. Guys love him. Not much panic when he's on the mound. We're getting so far 4 good innings from him, some good defensive help, and scoring some runs.
Yeah, obviously you need the guys playing well behind him, which he has gotten tonight. But, we've watched him this season from afar. You've watched him from the best seat in the house, getting a chance to see him become an all-star at the AAA level. Did you know when he first came into the organization after the trade for Freddie Galvis, did you know you had something special there?
Well, once we got to Lehigh, you could see it, and you saw it fast. Powerful stuff and finishing secondary stuff. So, it's just a matter of getting him built up and refining those secondary pitches and the overall command. But it's been fun to watch from there, and it's fun to watch from here tonight.
Has anything surprised you about him as you watched him go through the first half of the season? I mean, obviously, if not the best, one of the best pitchers in AAA in the first half of the season. Anything jump out at you that you might have said, okay, no, I didn't expect that?
I really didn't expect him to command with as much power as he has. He has the ability to reach back for 97 when he wants it. And just he has a finishing fastball. A lot of guys have to rely on on their breaking stuff or changing speeds, he can finish it with a fastball too. So he's done it a few times here tonight. It's fun to watch.
What was his reaction when he heard, hey, you're not going to get to start the All-Star game, but maybe you like this assignment a little bit better. You're headed to New York.
He was not disappointed at all. I think he'll be fine missing one inning start in a minor league All-Star game and come here and get to make his debut here in New York.
Well, it's been a good one so far. You've had a chance, Dave, to work with a lot of these guys that are throwing the ball for Philadelphia now. I mean, you've been the AAA pitching coach for since 2016, but in the organization since 08. Zach Eflin is a guy that jumps out that has really made strides this year. I mean, obviously what Aaron Nola has been able to do. It's a pretty special bunch that the Phils are starting to put together.
Yeah, it is. There's a lot of young talent, some guys that were traded for, and guys that we got in the draft that we've developed, some homegrown guys, and it's a special group you have down there, from the staff all the way through the players and the whole organization. The support everyone gives is very, very nice to see.
All right, now Dave was coming out to watch this game, guys, even before Aniel was called up, but he brought his son Brett over here, and you said you had one request for your seat when you bought your tickets. What was that?
We didn't want to sit in those hard chairs. We wanted the nice squishy seats.
The squishy seats, and let me tell you, I'm sitting on a stool down there. These are very comfortable.
They're very outstanding, yeah.
Brett, you got a good pop. He's taking care of you, Well, Dave, thanks for taking a couple minutes with us. It's been fun watching him. I'm sure you're enjoying watching one of your guys up here at the big league level.
I am. It's good to see. Thanks.
Guys, back upstairs.
Murph, why don't you just stay there? There's some plenty of spots for you.
Stay in the squishy seats, absolutely.
Well, Mickey Callaway out to the mound, and that'll be it for Gagnon as he gives up the broken bat single to Nick Williams. So he allows 6 runs in 4 2/3, and the Mets will head to the bullpen here in the top of the 5th inning, trailing it 6-1. So our first pitching change of the night is for the New York Mets. We'll be back right after this. In a weekend series after the All-Star break. Friday, July 20th is when it starts off. It wraps up on Sunday the 22nd at 1:35. Now you got a couple of really good giveaways. You got the WB Mason collectible truck on Saturday, but it's also photo night. And then on Sunday, it's the Pico Phillies socks that'll be given out to all fans. Get your tickets now by going to Phillies.com. Tyler Batchelor will be the new pitcher for the Mets. This is his 4th game. He has an ERA of 4.76. They'll be facing Kingery. There goes Nick Williams. The pitch is a strike. The throw to second base is also a strike on one hop, and Williams is thrown out trying to steal. So the Phils get a run on the home run by Odubel Herrera. He now has a career high 16 home runs. This was a beautiful swing. That's the 2nd run scored of the night. So we'll move to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's the Phillies 6 and the Mets 1. Report, Citizens Bank, the official bank of the Phils. Visit citizensbank.com. Yesterday, Clearwater lost to Dunedin 7-0. Adam Hazley, who leads the Florida State League with 99 hits, there's some word that he might be going up to Reading to Double-A once the All-Star break comes to a close. Lakewood lost to Kannapolis 6-2. Will Stewart, though, pitched well. And Williamsport lost to Mahoning Valley. In that ballgame, Alec Boehm left after being hit by a pitch. Every report that we had today was that he seems to be okay.
Well, that's good. We don't need any injuries down there to top draft picks. Or to anyone, for that matter.
Keep an eye on Zach Green in Double-A. 17 home runs, 53 runs batted in. He's in the home run derby in Trenton for the Double-A All-Star game. Apparently he just put 7 home runs up in the home run derby at Arm & Hammer Park.
7?
7 in one of his rounds. Upstairs, 1 and 2. Former 3rd round pick. He's really come into his own this year. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. And Reyes is down on strikes. 5 strikeouts for De Los Santos.
A nice change up there, running away from Reyes. No chance for Reyes to hold up. Take that. First pitch, first hitter. Strikeout. Now former Philly great Ty Kelly.
He struck out his first time up. It's that one out to center field. Playable for Odubel. He's got plenty of room out there. And there are 2 outs. Rosario is next up. PJ Conlon was added to the roster yesterday, and he's loosening up in the Mets pen.
Oh, he does pitch at a good pace.
He sure does. Let's hope he never slows down.
No. And encourages others to speed up. Well, our pitchers aren't bad, though. Our starters.
No. Yeah, I think the slowest might be Jake, but he's not even slow. Aaron's not.
Now Nick and Vince get it and go.
1-2 pitch to Rosario. Fouled off to the right side.
Well, you got to be a pretty big fella to get that name stitched across the back of your shirt without having to run down below your numbers.
I didn't even think about that. You're right. He's wearing Carlos Ruiz's old number. Carlos did that number some good justice when he was playing for the Phillies.
World champion.
And now the 2-2 pitch. Line drive off the glove of Kingery and into left center field. It'll be a base hit, second one of the night for Rosario. It almost looked like Scott may have misjudged that a little bit if it was knuckling out toward him.
Yeah, I think it fooled him. Sounded like Rosario hit that ball off the end of the bat. Yeah. Looked like I get a changeup to him.
Yeah, I think he just missed it. He had a dive. Obviously, it wasn't a routine play. And here's Batchelor, the pitcher. He's got a brand new bat in his hand.
Stands there like he knows what he's doing with it. So far, we've yet to find out.
Swing and a miss. 96, no fooling around. And that is 6 strikeouts for De Los Santos, who's allowed only 2 hits so far tonight, both to Rosario. And he's got 6 Ks. We'll head to the 6th. Fearless Philly of the week is heading to his first career Midsummer Classic. Aaron became the Phillies' first-round pick in 2014 and climbed his way to the major leagues in very short time. Nola is among the NL leaders this season in wins, ERA, strikeouts, and innings pitched. He has towed the rubber for the Phils with one of the best curveballs in the league and has his team in postseason conversations. Congratulations to Aaron on his first All-Star selection. And it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Aaron has earned every honor that he has gotten so far this year and will get as the year goes on, including the conversation about the Cy Young Award. I know we got a long way to go for that, but his 12 wins, he sits atop the National League. His earned run average is among the league leaders. And all the other sabermetric numbers that guys lean on sometimes when they're putting together the awards, the postseason awards, he's up toward the top in those too. In fact, there was a poll today on Twitter. I don't know if everybody saw it. I know Johnny did.
Yeah.
We all saw it here. It asked who should start the All-Star game for the National League. Now, I think it's a no-brainer that it's Max Scherzer because he obviously is representing the Nationals and they're the home team. But there were 3 other pitchers that were on that list, and they're all having excellent years. DeGrom, Lester, but he wasn't on the list.
Wasn't on the list.
There was a category for other, and I don't think at this point you can put him. I mean,
he's not other.
The team's in first place in the division. That's the first thing.
He's not. He doesn't belong on the other list. He belongs right there with all those guys.
Yeah, not anymore. 2-0 to Kingery and 2-1. Kingery has scored a run. He's also hit into a double play. I mean, DeGrom is having an historic season if you count his ERA and some of his other numbers with his win-loss record and the fact that he doesn't have a lot of decisions. Backswing got a piece of Mesoraco.
Well, this guy gets it and fires it too.
Pulled foul into the seats down the left field line. John, you know what his nickname is?
I do not.
It's Bash. He's got it on his glove. That one's bashed out to center field. Nimmo going back. It's over his head and a one hop off the wall. And Kingery will stop at second base with his 17th double. A decade ago, a special Phillies team broke a 25-year drought to win a championship for the city of Philadelphia. Hear from Jimmy Rollins, Chase Utley, Ryan Howard, and more in World Champions. The story of the 08 Phillies this Sunday night at 8 p.m. right here on NBC Sports Philadelphia. Well, here's Jorge Alfaro, who's been hit by a pitch twice. The record is 3. Chase Utley was hit 3 times in 2008 at Shea Stadium. Different pitcher now, so this one doesn't throw as many changeups.
There it is.
There's the mitten we talked about last night. Now Alfaro waves at the first one, 0-1. Ball and 2 strikes. That was a slider from Bachelor.
Well, you can understand why his nickname Bash. Like if his name was Ford and he called himself Bash, you'd have to question the integrity of the position.
A strike 3 called. Alfaro down looking. Jorge thought that was outside. And now Franco. Statcast powered by AWS provides us a look at Franco's home run.
Perfect launch angle, 27 degrees, according to Michael Jack. And we're going to go with that since he's a Hall of Famer and better hitter than most of us will ever be.
How about the distances on some of the home runs he's hit recently? And they are not cheapies. I thought Carlos Ruiz was one of the better number 8 hitters the Phillies had.
Yeah.
He understood that sometimes you're not going to get a whole lot to hit as the number 8 hitter, because the pitcher's up next. Franco's a little different though because he's got power.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, most 8-hole hitters don't have that type of pop. But, you know, I'll go back to when I played. We don't get to a World Series if we don't have our 8th hitter, Kevin Stocker.
Yeah.
Hit over 300.
Yeah, different style, but that's what most 8 hitters are. They're not power hitters. Got to turn back towards second base. The home run total, the 3 home runs, that's among the league leaders for guys in the number 8 spot. The leader is Lewis Brinson. He has 9 last time we looked. There's a bouncer back toward the middle, and that's going to leak into center field. A base hit. Kingery will score. It's another RBI for Franco. It's his 4th of the night, and it's 7-1 Phillies. And a baby Michael.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. It's you know, he has started hitting the ball the other way more, up the middle more. I mean, he's become just a more, you know, an 8th hitter. Would you hate to say you have to move someone to 8th, but he's a more disciplined hitter. He's still going to strike out, but you know, he's doesn't have that big overswing. You know, I mean, when's the last time we saw his helmet fly off? You know, every once in a while, 2-0, 3-1 or something, he'll let one fly. But you know, you watch his swing. The foot gets down and the hands stay back, and look at how his head followed the ball. You know, chin goes from, you know, front shoulder to back shoulder, and just that head stays right on line with the pitcher.
The Phillies now have 8 home runs from the number 8 spot as the bunt goes over the screen. After the previous foul ball, Struble Cabrera tries to push him off. Look at Michael. Say, hey, he can't do that.
Interference. Take your base. Move up.
De Los Santos bunts
man.
a foul into Mesoraco. Whips the baseball out at the ball boy.
He popped up like he's going to throw it somewhere. I don't know where, but watch him pop up. Watch him pop up right there. Oh, Lordy, that
Man.
thing got him.
Ben's back in the studio. He's probably feeling that one. All catchers are.
Well, there's a first baseman that took one off the whatever.
Ready to go.
Put it this way, it broke my cup.
Thank goodness you were wearing it.
Well, a little painful.
Phil Cuzzy just said, "You ready to go?" Cleaned up the bit plate and said, "Until next time."
Oh, yeah.
1-2 to De Los Santos. He squares again, and he takes low. 2-2.
I need that Kevlar one that they wore now. You know, they got some of them guys
Cardinals
have
wearing.
I talked to Caleb Joseph when
The Orioles?
he got hit a couple years ago about it, and he said that he had a company that was going to make him a.
Look at Murph.
What's he doing now?
He's agreeing with you that you should be wearing the Kevlar cup that he
without
talked about.
question.
There's a bunt toward first. Another sacrifice for De Los Santos. What's he doing down there?
It looked like he's listening to music. He's got a little rhythm going, but we know that not to be the case.
Michael.
Waiting for the Iron Sheik to pull out a plastic knife with the WWE stuff going on around here.
Yeah, I'm sure the Mets fans aren't happy about this 7-1 deficit and their players kind of goofing around. It is funny, though. Fly ball out to left field, and Ty Kelly is out there. And he makes the catch. So a run does score on the RBI single by Maikel Franco, who has 4 RBIs. Middle of the 6th inning. Phillies 7 and the Mets 1. by your Delaware Valley Honda dealers. Hurry to your local Del Val Honda dealer. Visit DelValHondaDealers.com. And by Jefferson Health. Call 800-JEF-NOW or visit jeffersonhealth.org. Phillies fans are taking in a 7-1 lead. Some of them are taking the game in from way up top. I bet you they could move down.
I don't think anyone would care.
Top of the order is up for the Mets. So we are third time through against De Los Santos. And he's been staked to a comfortable lead, but he's been really good front running. Only allowed the 2 hits. Fly ball out to center field. Odubel will make the catch. 1 pitch, 1 away here in the 6th. And now it's Bautista. Really is a very nice debut for the young man.
I'm sure it's as much as or more than the Phillies could ask for.
Yeah, the bullpen is probably a little short tonight. Sir Anthony pitched 2 innings yesterday. Arano pitched 2 games yesterday. Gabe said today that Arano came into his office. Gabe said I hadn't even sat down in between games of the doubleheader to write down the lineup for game 2, and Arano was already behind me, saying I'm good to go in game 2. And he turned around and walked out.
Yeah, and that's a great thing to hear from a young kid, but you know, he didn't throw that many pitches in game 1, but yeah, you always worry about the mental side of it. But I think he seems like to be a very tough, mentally tough kid.
There's a bloop to center for Bautista, just the 3rd hit allowed by De Los Santos tonight. And here's Cabrera. So 5 hits allowed in the last 14 to the 3rd for the Phil's pitchers, Phil's starters. Well, looks like the bullpen phone's ringing. Fly ball to right field. Poked right at Williams. 2 outs. Well, you've probably heard this before, but Citizens Bank is the perfect place to host an event on a non-game day. Locations include the Diamond Club, which is beautiful, the Hall of Fame Club, which is convenient, and the executive dining room or the media room. Package includes ballpark tours, a visit from the Fanatic, and more. Go to Phillies.com/special events or call 215-218-5100. Flores with a base hit toward right center field. Williams cuts it off. Bautista's to 3rd. He'll be held there. Nope, he's going through the stop sign. And the throw back to 3rd base, and he is safe. Glenn Sherlock was a little late with the stop sign. So a double for Flores.
Oh, they're messing around. Maybe it's pick on Miguel Day. Well, you see it. I mean, he was being held up. You saw he had his head down. Didn't pick up Sherlock. The 3rd base coach till late. And lucky the howitzer wasn't loaded and ready to go.
I thought he had him. I really did. Mesoraco was robbed by Franco his last time up. And a first pitch just a bit outside. Mark Leiter Jr. in the bullpen. Popped him up. Foul territory. Santana's got room, and he makes the catch. And the inning is over. No runs. 2 hits. 2 men left. He only threw 8 pitches. We're on to the 7th with the Phillies up 7-1. Time now for your Delaware Valley Honda Dealers game summary as we go to the top of the 7th inning. Well, the story is the Phillies offense, 7 runs on 9 hits, and Michael Franco's 4 RBIs. But it's also Enyel De Los Santos, who has allowed 4 hits and 1 earned run over 6 innings, 6 strikeouts. And as we go to the top of the 7th inning, it'll be Rhys Hoskins to lead things off. De Los Santos might be done after 6 innings. Congratulated as he went into the dugout. It wasn't until he sat down that Rick Kranitz came over. But that is 6 solid innings tonight.
Yeah, like you said, you know, you get a guy in his major league debut, you don't know what you're going to get. You don't know how he's going to handle his nerves, but hey, we saw him in the dugout right before the start of the game. I mean, he was about as relaxed as you could get.
Mets have made 2 changes to their infield. Dominic Smith comes on to play first base. And Wilmer Flores moves from first base to second base. Hoskins tonight is 1 for 3. 1 ball, 1 strike. Braves and Blue Jays have gone to the bottom of the 5th inning. Toronto on top 1-0. Rhys tonight is 1 for 3. He singled and scored in the 3rd inning. The run scored was his 49th of the year. We got a ball loose, John, out in right field.
Yeah, I hate when that happens.
Just shy of Utley's corner.
Is that what the official name is?
Well, I don't think it's official.
You don't think Mets fans appreciate that name?
I don't think they want to call it that. He's just had so many home runs to that corner.
No sense of humor.
And a line drive, base hit for Hoskins. And he has 2 hits tonight. His bat will be retrieved by Coy Kamasholi. There he is. There's Coy. He's the assistant bat boy tonight. He's the son of the decider.
He is the decider, yeah.
We haven't needed to use replay on Coy's retrieval of the bats. It looks like he's done a fine job today.
Yeah, one piece of advice I could give him with all the pine tar that's used to, you want to pick it up by the barrel. He picked it up by the handle and it looked like he had a little.
I think he just wanted to soak in the experience of the game.
Having pine tar all over you until you take a shower and then the soap won't come out of your hand.
He did look down at his hand there real quick. 0-1 to Odubel. 0-2. Off the left field line, Reyes is out there. And he makes the catch as he slides into the tarp. And 1 out. All right, it's time now for the Ram Truck Stump the Fans Trivia Quiz answer. John, who was the last Mets pitcher to throw a shutout in back-to-back starts?
Well, I wouldn't have never got this if you didn't give me the hint, but it's Johan Santana.
Johan Santana is correct. Back in May of 2012 and then June 1st of 2012. against the Padres and the Cardinals. He got some run support. Log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of Phillies prize pack.
And we're one of those, the no-hitter? Yep.
The St. Louis one should have been. Right, Mike? Mike's our camera operator here in Citi Field.
Tell you what, he still looks like he can pitch.
Johan? Did he? Has he ever given that a thought again?
I don't think so.
Shoulder just has not been the same. A lot of times people have pointed to that game. As Santana's out front.
Yeah, I think the way the game is now, I think there's managers that hope their guy doesn't take a no-hitter deep in the game, so they don't have to make that decision.
By the way, our Nissan upgrade to the technology of tomorrow today. Most walks by a switch hitter.
91.
They just didn't want to face him, John.
Wow.
See how many walks he finished with that year.
3,427.
Low and in. Mickey Mantle in 1957 finished with 146 walks. That led the league. You know, the 3 years where he led the league in strikeouts, Mantle? 120, 126, and 125.
Like a half a season now for some of these guys.
It really is. It's kind of a drop in the bucket for some. Yeah. Moncada from the White Sox already has 126. Joey Gallo has 125. Judge and Stanton are there too, 123, 122. And Carlos walks for the second time tonight. 74 walks on the year. And runners on first and second. June 1st, 2012 against those St. Louis Cardinals. Here we go. Pitch number 134. And there's the changeup. That was the first no-hitter by a New York Mets pitcher.
Was that Josh Tolley catching too?
It could have been.
Looked like it.
Inside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
I remember in spring training covering the Mets for ESPN, and I walked in there, and the first thing David Wright did, come here, you got to see this. He said, what? He said, look at Tolley. And I'm like, all right, what am I looking at? I said, what am I looking at? He goes, you ever seen a cross-eyed catcher? I said, I never really noticed.
1 and 2.
I mean, they were all over him, and he was loving it. I mean, he was like, for a rookie, like the players just loved him. All the veteran players loved him.
Williams fouls it back. It remains 1 and 2. He's 3 for 3 tonight. Williams is. That's popped his average up to 256.
He's brought it up from the depths.
Even tonight, he's brought it up 11 points.
You know, he was down early in the season. He wasn't getting to play a whole lot. You know, they were giving Aaron every chance to establish himself as an everyday player. Yeah, he was telling him, you know, his patience seems to always turn around and work out, you know, if you're patient.
Well, he strikes out there. That's the second strikeout for Bachelor. And here comes Kingery. center field again. Nimmo racing back. He gets to the spot this time and puts it away. No runs, 1 hit, 2 men left for the Phils. Time to stretch here in New York. Phillies on top, 7-1. Light refreshing finish. Well, it's Enyel De Los Santos making his major league debut. And he has been able to front run. His team has given him 7 runs. He's allowed only 4 hits. He's had a good changeup tonight. He's also had a good breaking pitch. In fact, he's had a curveball more so than the slider in tonight's game. And his fastball's topped off at 95.
And he's throwing that fastball by guys. You know, you read the scouting reports on a lot of these pitchers, Tom, and they'll say 92 to 98, and you're like, how can that be? Like, how can you get 6 mile an hour more? He has.
He has. I said it topped up at 95. He actually hit 96 tonight.
I think you better look. I thought he threw a couple at 97.
Oh, no, you're right. You're
98.
Right. The max was 97.3.
Yeah. Maybe this inning will get to 98.
It says that was for his 2-seamer also, and his 4-seamer was 96.5, but usually it's the other way around.
It's mass confusion.
No swing on Reyes, and it's now 3-1. And ball 4, so Reyes walks. That's the first walk for De Los Santos since the second. Dave Lundquist, the Lehigh Valley pitching coach, has gotten a chance to enjoy this game with his son. He's got to be happy with what he's seen. You should say he's got to be proud with what he's seen. Alfaro's out along with Cesar. And they have Leiter in the bullpen.
Well, you know, he threw a lot of pitches last inning. Mark did, so I'm sure he's ready to go. Doesn't look like he's in a big hurry to get loose.
That one off the glove of Alfaro, and Reyes will go to second base. Got to think that's going to be a pass ball, but we shall see.
Wild pitch, Tom.
Wild pitch. Back toward the box. De Los Santos looks Reyes back. 1-3 of the put out. And that will bring Rosario to the plate. Rosario has tripled. He's also singled today. And it's 0-1. Michael Conforto's come out of the on-deck circle.
Did that cross him up?
I think it may have.
Yeah, it had to.
I think it hurt his thumb too. All right, so Alfaro out to the mound to give himself some time, but also to chat with De Los Santos.
That's what is fascinating to me. He didn't cross him up on the first pitch with a runner on second, but he crossed him up on the second one.
It was a good guess. And a liner down the left field line. That'll be a base hit going to the corner. Third hit of the day for Rosario. A run scores. Rosario's around second going to third. The throw by Hoskins is not in time. That's the second triple of the night. So it's a 7-2 ball game. Gabe's at the on the stairwell, although he's been standing there most of the game. And here he comes. And there's the signal to the pen. He's responsible for the runner at third base, but 6 of the third in his major league debut. He allowed 5 hits, 3 to Ahmed Rosario, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Phillies fans have to be happy with that. De Los Santos leaves, cracking a smile. They'll watch the bullpen try to get through the rest of this. The Phillies up 7-2. Los Angeles Dodgers for the second time this year. That's a good test for the Phils. 2 night games and then a day game. Wednesday the 25th at 12:35 is the business person special. After the game, it's Nemours Kids Run the Bases. Go to Phillies.com to order your tickets now. Daniel De Los Santos is done after 6 of the third, 5 hits. Well, I think this is better than pitching in the AAA All-Star game tomorrow.
A little bit.
And now Conforto will bat with a runner at third against Mark Leiter. Big curveball, and it's a little high, 1-0. One ball and one strike. Later, a 3.09 ERA. To the right side, that'll get a run home, but Kingery will exchange the run for an out. 6-3 on the put out, an RBI for Conforto. And it's now a 7-3 ball game. And to bring Brendan Nimmo up. Braves have tied up the Blue Jays. That game's now in the 7th inning. It's a 1-1 game. Both starters are still in. Stroman for the Jays and Tehran for the Braves. I wonder if the Blue Jays will trade Marcus Stroman. I guess you got to build somewhere.
Yeah, you got to start, and you know what premium that pitchers can bring trade-wise with prospects.
Two.
Ho-hum Houston had given up a run. Good shot.
Who's pitching tonight for them?
Looks like McCullers, 43.
Yeah. No, 35. It's Verlander.
Oh, I'm on the wrong side.
Yeah, to the left. Swing and a miss. Nimmo is down on strikes, and the inning is over. The line is closed on Yaniel De Los Santos. He allows 3 runs over 6 in the 3rd. Phil's lead at 7-3. Nissan. Shop ChooseNissan.com. And by Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Top of the 8th inning, the Phillies lead at 7-3 over the Mets. Trying to take game 3 of this series. Final game will be tomorrow night. Jacob deGrom against Vince Velasquez. Trevor Plouffe.
Must be putting the number 10 stickers on the helmet.
Yeah,
He's been around enough.
Taking all the time.
He's been around long enough to know that he has to have a helmet when he goes up there.
Well, it makes for a funny blooper when they do it.
He has not been grandfathered in yet to not to have to wear a helmet.
He was trying to time P.J. Conlon. And his ERA of 11.12. Is he trying to get some moisture on his fingertips or something?
Or something, yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody just put the 2 fingers he's using to.
You know, look, I didn't care. Guy, get a grip on the ball. That's your issue. That's your, you know, the hope.
So he doesn't hit you.
But man, you gotta be a little more inconspicuous than that. Bullfrog is what I was told by pitchers. Some pitchers.
Bullfrog.
Bullfrog, the sunblock stuff.
Yeah.
And then once you start sweating or you put water on it, it's like glue.
Bullfrog. As a wearer of a lot of sunblock, I don't think I've ever used Bullfrog. Murph, ever used Bullfrog?
I don't think I ever have.
You guys got to get out more, man.
We don't have a problem holding on to things, though.
Murph had some issues with the batteries yesterday.
Yeah, he did. He's got no answer for you, Johnny.
No, he's thinking hard though, which is good.
2-2.
Let's hope he doesn't get hurt.
Did you guys do a Cruckcast today?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Oh, we are?
Yes, we are.
What is the topic of the Cruckcast tomorrow?
Well, it's a pretty obvious one. Actually, it's the All-Star experience through the eyes of John Kruk.
All right.
Get a lot of hatred after that one.
Fly ball to right field. Bautista. And that one goes out of play.
Well, maybe he's checking his pulse. I don't know. That's what I mean, though. You got
Down the right field line again. And that one is a foul ball. Bautista was just playing it just to make sure. One's out to right, not that deep. It's going to drop in front of Bautista. And Alfaro's aboard for the 3rd time today. Hit by a pitch twice, and now he singles. Michael Franco coming up. He provided us with our Toyota turning point back in the 2nd inning.
a turning point can happen any time in the game, Tom. This just happened to be the 2nd inning for the fighting Phils and Mikel Franco. Big 3-run home run off Gagnon. Basically put us in the lead, and we haven't relinquished it yet. And that's our Toyota turning point of the game. Brought to you by Toyota and Mikel Franco.
Yeah, 4 2/3 for Gagnon with 6 earned runs, 7 hits, 4 RBIs for Michael in tonight's game. He's up to 45 runs batted in. th career game with 4 RBIs or more for Michael, and it's a 1-1. Eddie Ramos is warming up in the pen. Austin Davis coming in as well to warm up. Trevor Plouffe is in the on-deck circle. And he'll pinch hit for Mark Leiter Jr. At a strike 3 call. Franco thought that was inside.
I'd like to see that one again.
Yeah, that was inside and low. Well, here's Trevor Plouffe, who was added to the roster today for the Phils. And Plouffe takes outside. Plouffe down in Lehigh Valley was hitting .242. And this is combined minor league numbers. .242 with 12 home runs, 35 runs batted in. He was in Round Rock first, and then the Phillies picked him up. 8 years as a big leaguer. Spent most of his time with Minnesota. Played as many as 152 games in a year. That was back in 2015 when he hit 22 home runs. 80 RBIs 2 different times. 1 ball 1 strike as Dusty Wathan gives him the signs. Two. Phillies sent Dylan Cousins out.
DFA
Hobie
Milner.
And a line drive base hit it to left field for Plouffe.
He's a big leaguer now, Tom. First big league hit. Throw the ball out.
A single to put runners on first and second. He's trying to get the celebration down.
Is that what it is? Like, was he warned of that, or
must have been
informed of that?
He could have been watching from down in Lehigh Valley.
You got to throw that ball out, right?
His first hit as a Philly.
First big league hit. American League doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
Come on.
You did scare me a little bit there. Yeah, 707 hits in the.
Irrelevant. This is the big league. This is the way Abner meant it to be played. No DH.
So we're not counting anything you do with the White Sox.
Oh no, I don't even count that. That's how bad that was.
0-1 to Hernandez.
No, I remember when I got my first hit with the White Sox. They would say, "Hey, you want the ball? You want the ball?" I'm like, for what?
They
A
must
few
have loved
others in
that.
the other league. They said, "Oh, that doesn't count. This is the real league." So now every chance I get to give it back to the American League, we got to take a shot at them. Plus those haunting 3 All-Star games, we got our ass kicked. Not real happy about that either.
Ground ball to the hole. There's 1 and 2. Wow, what a double play. Rosario with some quick feet and some quick hands. 6-4-3. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Phillies lead the Mets 7-3. Tour featuring James Taylor and his all-star band will include a stop in Philadelphia at Citizens Bank Park. Saturday, July 28th. Go to Phillies.com/Eagles to purchase your tickets right now.
Sweet baby James.
It's almost as if they were swaying to the music. Phillies are up 7-3. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It'll be Bautista to lead it off against Aderbray Ramos. Bautista is 1 for 3. And he pops that one foul. 0-1. Here's Ramos's numbers. It'll be Bautista, Dominic Smith. Those are the scheduled hitters to start off for the Mets. There's the slider.
How long did Ramos stay on the DL? He was on for what?
A couple weeks.
Hey, I wonder if he didn't spend some time on DL. He could have been considered for an all-star spot. I mean, he's had a heck of a year.
He really has. That's why when people talk about the Phillies being in first place, that they don't have anybody else that deserves to be on. I mean, if you look deeper, there are some guys in that bullpen that deserve it. I mean, Sir Anthony Dominguez, I know he wasn't here the whole year, but if you watch him pitch, it'd be hard to find somebody that has his electric stuff for more than one inning out of the bullpen. You know, maybe Josh Hader, but he made the All-Star game, All-Star team. Dominic Smith is the hitter with one man down. He came on for his Drupal Cabrera. Hitting 185. Oh, and 2. Why does everything seem to be off the end of his bat? He's running out of bat.
Yeah, he just really, you know, it looks like he's just content on trying to, well, you see the shift. He's trying to pull everything. It seems like. I know yesterday he hit a few fly balls the other way, but. I don't know him. I've never spoken to him, but you know, this is like his career. I mean, he's going to get a chance. You know, I think this is, you know, just people I've talked to, they said this is it for him. You know, not it for him, but you know, this is either, you know, prove it or we're going to move on.
Flores on deck. And out toward right field. That'll be in for a base hit. Nick Williams will cut it off. And Smith will take a big turn around first and hold up there. So he's got a 1-out single. Wilmer Flores is coming up. Let's check in with Greg Murphy with the Major League Notebook. Murphy.
All right, thank you, Tom. Brought to you by the University of Maryland, University College. And Wilson Ramos is reminding folks in Tampa why he was named to the AL All-Star game. He homered for the second straight game against the Tigers, number 14 on the season. That ties a Tampa franchise record for catchers, and I'm going to go out on a limb and say that he'll break that franchise record if he remains a Ray the rest of the season. First update on the final All-Star vote as well. Voting goes until tomorrow, but right now, Mariners shortstop Gene Segura leads the AL final vote, and no surprise, Jesus Aguilar of the Brewers leads the National League vote. Both of those guys probably should have made it the first time around, but both are leading the final vote now, and it is official all tomorrow. You got one more day to vote if you'd like to put in your final vote for the All-Star game, guys.
I'll tell you, Aguilar's had one heck of a run these last. It's more than 2 weeks. It was really, I think it started when the Phillies were in Milwaukee. That's in order. Oh, that's who you can vote for, excuse me.
Segura's numbers are pretty darn good as well if you look at those.
Hitting about 350. Flores spoils the 0-2. Just a bit outside, 2-2. Fly ball right field. And Nick Williams comes sprinting in. Yeah, there are 2 outs. Every time a Phillies pitcher reaches 95 miles per hour or more, Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest internet in Philadelphia. Out toward left center field. Odubel Herrera again got a really good jump. And the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. We will head to the 9th inning with the Phillies holding on to a 4-run lead over the Mets. Live presented by Cure Auto Insurance. They're going to talk about the debut of Enyel De Los Santos. And he went 6 1/3. They're going to get questions from the audience. Charles is shooting Ben a question right now. Just want to get some things answered. Again, it's Phillies postgame live presented by Cure Auto Insurance. We go to the 9th inning. And Rhys Hoskins will lead it off against P.J. Conlon, who begins the 2nd inning of work. Well, big test tomorrow for the Phils. They will face Jacob deGrom, and they'll have Vince Velasquez on the mound. At least that's the way things are pointing right now. There's deGrom.
Who we got in Baltimore?
Pivetta is going to start for the Phillies. I didn't see who the Orioles were going to start. And another base hit for Hoskins.
Rhys.
It's 3 hits tonight for Rhys.
Yeah, I sent a text message to Buck Showalter today saying, "See you Thursday. Stop by your office and see you Thursday." He said, "Well, you better hurry."
Well, his shortstop's had a nice night tonight against the Yankees. He has 2 home runs.
Yeah, he'll figure it out. He'll figure it out someday. That Machado kid.
Sounds like it could be Gossman on Thursday. Odubel rips it foul.
barrel action in the Phil's bullpen.
Yeah, Tommy Hunter has joined Austin Davis in the bullpen. Oh, and 2.
I wonder if this is going to be one of those where Davis starts the inning, and if he gets into trouble, they had Tommy ready to go. Tommy threw what, inning in the third yesterday?
Yep, inning 2/3.
Inning in 2/3.
Swing and a miss. So Double tied up. So he strikes out. That's the second strikeout for Conlon. Carlos Santana will be the batter. He has walked twice. He has 74 walks on the year. So even though he's hitting .217, his on-base percentage is .366.
Is that All-Star game thing like the walks before the All-Star, you know, with Mantle, that list with Mantle
Yeah.
and whatever, that, you know, is that 81 games? Or
Well,
is that?
I think it's varied. I think it's within
Yeah.
a few games. Though.
Yeah, because like this year they were, what, going to be 90-something games almost?
I don't think it's many more. It's just we started. There's more off days this year, so that's why the All-Star game's a little later.
So what you're
Next
trying-
year, the All-Star game's July 9th.
So what you're saying is the Midsummer Classic is deceiving people.
It's a little deceptive.
Them shifty people at the MLB offices.
Let's see what Mickey Mantle did, how many games that was. Help if I spelled his name right. Mesoraco has given this one a look. And Dominic Smith will make the catch. 2 outs. Santana is retired. .73 games for the first half for Mickey Mantle. So
it was less than a half a season then.
Yes. Well, they played less games, don't forget.
Yeah, they played what, 154 back then?
I think that's what the number was. Ball got a piece of Mesoraco.
Be happening to both catchers today.
Ball's popped up foul back toward us. Foul tip, and the inning is over. 3 strikeouts for Conlon. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. We'll go to the bottom of the 9th inning. The Phils looking to pick up a victory here in game number 3. of the game. Well, Michael Franco provided one of them.
Yeah, second inning started early for the Fighting Phils. You got a pitcher on there making his major league debut. You want to try to jump on him early, and Michael Franco with that big 3-run blast. And then, you know, let's add some insurance right there. We don't need a big home run. Scotty jetpacks Kingery on second base. Just a little grounder up the middle and drive him in, and 4 RBI night for Franco. And those are our deliveries of the game, brought to you by WB Mason.
All right, so we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. It's actually Tommy Hunter who will come into this ball game. We weren't sure if Hunter will be available tonight or not. Dave said he was waiting to see him throw before he decided. Debbie Gruan won the home run derby, by the way, in Double-A. And the Reading Fightins well represented. Congratulations to Debbie. I think I'm pronouncing that right. He has 12 home runs this year. I love the quote that he released to the papers today as Reyes breaks his bat and singles into right. He said, "My energy is from my father. That's where I got my energy tonight to win the home run derby."
One of our guys won?
Yep. Yeah, I was talking before about
It's
Zach
7, right? The one
in his opening round, but he had 14.
Oh.
Here's Ty Kelly. Swing and a miss to the cutter. I feel like he should throw that pitch even more.
I think I would throw it a few more times here.
Over to second base, that could be 2. Hernandez to second for 1, over to first in time. A 4-6-3 double play. Nice.
Step closer to getting back to the hotel. He threw the 2 cutters in, swung through one, ball on the other, and then he looked like he threw a 2-seamer that ran away from Kelly. And you get that cutter in and a couple times, and now all of a sudden you throw a 2-seamer. That's an easy pitch to pull off. A great turn by our youngsters in the middle.
Well, now Rosario, who takes low. He's had a good night. He's got 2 triples tonight, 3 hits overall. One ball and 1 strike. Back here tomorrow at 7 on NBC Sports Philadelphia. And then it's off to Baltimore. Night game on Thursday. Night game on Friday. And we got a little day baseball Saturday and Sunday in Miami. Back toward the middle. Kingery is there behind the bag, throws to first, and the ball game is over. The Phils win it 7-3 as Enyel De Los Santos picks up his first major league win in his major league debut. And that is a nice way to pick up victory number 51. Michael Franco had a big day. He had 4 RBIs. And the Phils, for the moment, are in first place of the National League East. The Braves Blue Jays game is in the 8th. Jays lead that one 3-1. We'll have a full recap when we return to Citi Fields.